Hello Flosstube, welcome back. I am Jenny. This is my channel, Stitching Jennie, and today is August 31st, 2021, and it's episode number 9. To start out with, I just want to thank Michelle McGraw from Flosstube, made by Michelle McGraw, and she shouted me out. Let's see, it's probably been 2 episodes ago now, and gave me a shout out, and I wanted to thank her for that. She has really helped me get a few subscribers, and I appreciate her warm compliments, so thank you. I have a lot to show you. I have been super busy this summer, and school started a couple of weeks ago, and so my kids are back at school, but I will actually be going to school kind of, sort of, myself. I will be an aide at the school starting tomorrow. Actually Thursday, not tomorrow's Wednesday, so Thursday I will be an aide at the school, so I'm really excited about that. I have worked at the school as involved in the PTA and volunteering, so this is totally, something I'm very comfortable with, so I'm really excited and to be able to experience that at my daughter's elementary school. I have a senior, a freshman, and 6th grader, which is the end of elementary school at our school, so it's a lot of momentous years, I guess you'd say, but they're all doing really well and really enjoying it, so things are off to a great start. Because it has been so long, I have things all the way back from 24 hours of cross stitch to show you. I have lots of haul, lots of WIPS, only one and a half-ish finishes. I finished a portion of one that has multiples in it, and no FFOs this time. I figured it was better that I just hurry in video and get it done instead of keep putting it off. So just to really start out, we'll start out with my finish. This is Acorn Shaker Box by Jeanette Douglas. And this is charted in wool threads, in Gentle Arts wool threads, and I changed them all to the cotton versions, but as you may know, Gentle Arts is really hard to come by at times, and so I was missing 2 of the flosses. I was impressed that it was only 2, and so I switched those out for Tobacco Road and Tatanka. By weeks. Both of those were by weeks. So this is my finish. And the Tobacco Road is this middle piece right here, and it's supposed to have an outer frame border. You can kind of see there. And I wasn't super loving it with the Tobacco Road, and I thought it was really pretty without, and this is a gift, so I just ripped out what I had started on that outer border and just called it good. So I really want to restitch this for myself and do it with a different color. This had a lot of brown and just a little bit of that red color, and I want to do something a little different, maybe something with some greens in it. This really didn't have a lot of that color variation that I was expecting, so I will do this on something a little different. Next time I video, this will be an FFO, a fully finished object, because the birthday that I'm giving it for is at the end of the month, so it has to be done. This is stitched on 32 count Zweigart cream linen, 2/2, and I think it turned out really pretty. So there's that. My couch is very full of things today. So my next is my partial finish. It's also the beginning of starts. Because I have a lot to show you, I don't have enough boards for everything. So some of them are still in the Q-snaps. But this is Autumn, right side up helps, right? This is Autumn Trifles, and it's by Shepherd's Bush. And I have finished this pumpkin, and I have started on this longer pillow right here. So first is the finish. These are both 32 count linens. This first one is, they're both called for. This first one is Desert Sand. And I love how this one looks. It's hard to maybe see. Hopefully you can see there's a lot of variegation in the orange of the pumpkin, and this outer swirls and the inner swirls, that's actually a red. And that really surprised me, but once I filled it in, it definitely had more of an orange look. But I definitely questioned myself as I was stitching it if I had the right floss. And I did. And these are all stitched with the called for floss. And this will become a pillow when it's finished. Well, when I get around to them, I guess. Hopefully sooner rather than later. And then I have, oh, I need that board to show you. This is the longer piece. I love how this one looks. And this one is on lamb's wool. This, again, 32 count. Yeah, I had to double check. 32 count. It's kind of my jam. It's my favorite. I was getting tired of just 3 or 4 stitches and then moving on. And so I switched projects because I needed some emotional outlet, I guess you would say, and needed to do more than just 3 or 4 stitches. So this, I need to get back to it because I really like how it looks. I think it's super pretty, but that's how far I got on that one. Then my other new start was the first day of school new start, and it is Country Cottage Needleworks Sunflowers in Summer. And I am not doing any of the words, and I changed the color of the house. So this is what, oh, I didn't stretch it out on my Q-snip. This is my start. This linen is 32 count antique ivory, and I am using, it's a classic Colorworks, the name is escaping me, as this variegated color, mint julep, that's what it is, mint julep. And I had another classic Colorworks variegated called tartan plaid that I was using for this part, and then when I got to this, it matched too well. You just couldn't see it, so I ended up ripping it out, and I had to go switch over to a DMC instead. But I was very happy with how much better that DMC looked. And I am using marigold for the sunflowers. I think that one's by Weeks. But this was a really fun start. I wanted to quickly get down to the house so I could see if my color conversion would work, and I think it's looking well, or good, or anyway, I'm liking it. English is hard, as my daughter would say. These little magnet are a gift from my sister. She bought a bunch and gifted me 2 sets. So they're I think supposed to be cord keepers, and they're magnetic, and it really helps to hold some of that extra fabric. So really like that. And then on to the WIPs. This is essentially a WIP parade. There was only one WIP that I did not get to in my 24 hours of cross stitch. And part of that was because it's on my scroll frame. And my scroll frame is a little too heavy for my Lowry stand. And I have since gotten a new weight to put on the Lowry stand that's heavier. And so I need to try it again now and see if it works. But my plan is to just buy a frame that's more of a lap frame that it can rest on instead. And that's budgeted with my first paycheck. So I've been a stay-at-home mom for 12 and a half years. So the idea of actually going out and working and things is kind of exciting. But kind of going back to this I started on the first day of school, and this was my emotional therapy because I was very emotional with the idea of thinking that I have a senior this year and that it's kind of the beginning of the end of her being in my home with us. And so that made me super emotional. So there's that one. This one is my second oldest work in progress. That's what WIP stands for. And it is Sunflower Manor by Hands On Design. And the chalkboard was drawn by Priscilla Blaine of Stitching with the Housewives. And I have already stitched this piece. I stitched that like 3 years ago. Yeah. I've been working on this for a while. 2 years. This is my second year. Going into my second year, I guess, technically. But there's what it looks like. And this is using all the called for colors. And I am finally making progress, which I'm really happy about because I love it. I just haven't always loved stitching it. So there's what that looks like. So what I added was all of this half. I think I might have had some of the white finished, but I finished all the way and started adding in the color. And I finished all of the color here. So this I have struggled with because I felt like there was a correct path for the white. And oh, if you go just this way, it'll make sense. And when I threw that idea out the window and just was like, whatever, I'm gonna stitch wherever it takes me. If I have to tie off and cut and start again, so be it. And I have liked it so much better after I decided to do that. Amazing, right? Like to just go with the flow. And anyway, I am going to be short on the color. I think it's called Sunflower, and it's a Gentle Arts, which really is frustrating because Gentle Arts, the dye lots vary dramatically. So I will actually need to go into my LNS, my local Needleworks shop, and see if I can find Sunflower first of all, and to see if it's similar enough, if it'll look right. If not, then I will probably end up doing something totally different because there's 2 big sunflowers down here and I only have enough to do 1. And so I will need to figure something else out, but I don't want it to look weird, so I'll probably go with like either a darker gold color, or I don't know, I'll have to play with it and kind of see depending on how it looks. But I'm a little frustrated, but that's okay. But that's why this got stopped, because my goal was to finish it, but then I realized that was going to be an issue. So I may leave off the sunflowers, I may just look for a different floss, we'll have to see. But there's that. And this fabric is 32 count Ocean Kiss, and I think it's by Witch Elk. Then we have my oldest WIP, and this one is a Dimensions kit. It's called Kiss for Snowman. And I love her. She's so cute with her little snowman. And I got quite a bit of progress on this. So this is 3 years old because it was one of my first pieces I worked on. Second piece, no, it was the 3rd piece I have ever stitched, and realized it was a little beyond me at the time. So I finished her face and her little headband, so that now she has a face and she's super cute and I love her. And this is stitched on the Ada. I think it's an 18 count Ada that came in the kit. I think at some point I'm going to make it maybe a 30-minute where you stitch on it for 30 minutes a day, so that I can actually get some progress on her, because I think she's super cute. Okay, next is my Tiny Modernist Every Season. And this one's released as a stitch along, and I am doing the spring piece right here. And this is what that looks like. And on this one, I finished carrying all of this green over here and the sky down to here. I added, I think, the blue door, and then all of these flowers here. So that's how that looks. This is stitched on 32 count Sea Lily by Witch Elk, and I plan on just finishing it as like an octagon pillow. And there's that one. And pardon, you may hear some interruptions or some noises. My kids are home, so it's after school, so they are coming in and out and making noises. So if I didn't get it cut out, I apologize. Then I worked on this Biscornu. This is a Riolis kit. This is a Russian Riolis kit. It's available on mybobbin.com, and for really reasonable, I think it's $7. And then shipping, if it's under $50, it's only $5. If it's over that, then it's free shipping. So it's definitely worth looking at, especially if you love like Riolis or some of those other Russian cross stitch designers. It's definitely a good place to check. This is stitched on the kit linen. It's actually a Lugana. It's a 25 count and it's stitched 1/1. So it's not going to be a quick stitch. So this is where I'm at. I added all of this part right here. And I think I stitched on most of these for at least 45 minutes to an hour. That was my plan. So that's teeny tiny stitches. It took a while. Oh, I actually also came up into here too a little bit. Then we have this guy. This is MP Studios. I think he's called Winter Owl. That's what he looks like. This guy's super cute, but it never fails. When I stitch on him, I mess up and have to rip stuff out. So I think I've figured out why I struggle so much on it. It's because of the stepping of it. So I have found that if I mark off almost every single stitch right after, it's better, because I lose count of where I'm at, and there's so many like three steps, you know, that mimic each other that I lose track of where I'm at, and then I lose count, and then I'm off. So this is the first time I've actually stitched on him and not had to rip it out. So this is the back. I decided to start with the back because if I didn't, then I might never finish the back, and I'm glad I did, because I really would not have finished the back ever. And I added to this part up here, and then I've started in on this brown right here. So slow progress on him because I get frustrated with him. So I don't stitch on him very often. So typically for 24 hours of cross stitch, I try to touch all of my WIPS, and that's why we have so many of the WIPS. So I'm going to shift some of this over. Okay. Next we have, this is another kit by MP Studio. That's a Russian company. It is available again on my bobbin. Both of those came from my bobbin. And this one's called Holiday Pumpkins. And it is stitched on plastic lacing, or not plastic lacing. That's what I did like when I was in middle school or junior high. This is plastic canvas. Totally different things. So I'm working on the Happy Pumpkin, and I have Happy Pumpkin finished except back stitching. So that's Happy Pumpkin. That's what I call him anyway. Happy Pumpkin. So this pretty much has been a car project. I stitched it on our trip to California. So when I started it, stitched it in the car. It was a great car project. And then finished it up. I needed to do the back stitching in the house though, because my chart's a little bit covered. I work from working copies, and so my chart's a little colored up, so it's hard to see my back stitch lines. So, but he is close to being done. He will be done for sure for Halloween. And I think I'm gonna start the spooky one so that I can have that ready for Halloween too, and maybe back stitch them at the same time. Maybe that's what I'll do. Look at me making plans as I go. Okay, then I have his name is Jesus by Joyful Expressions. This is just a black and white picture. because I changed the colors. Oh, I didn't. Pardon me while I tighten my Q-snap. Okay, this is stitched on 25 count, I think, antique white. Yep, antique white Lugana. This is stitched 1 thread over 1 fabric thread, and this is where I'm at. So I'm pretty sure I added Son of Man, maybe Jehovah, and I for sure added in all the gold. And I'm a little frustrated with my gold. That's why I don't have more finished. I am stitching it with a blending filament, a Krynic blending filament, and I've used a couple of blending filaments before and didn't have a problem with it. This particular one, I think the plastic of the gold is not bonded correctly to the fibers because it's like lumpy and bumpy, and you can actually see the fibers under like a gap between it and the fibers. So I think it's a defective one that I need to go in maybe to my LNS and look and buy a new one because it's just not working. All of those fibers keep like just stripping out, even with like small pieces. I've tried straightening out, trying to make it flatter, and I'm still having issues. So I love how it looks, but I'm not super loving working with the gold. And I think if I got a new blending filament, it might solve my problem. I can dream, right? I can dream. I can pretend. Two more whips. My next whip is Memorial Day. I always want to say, and this is by Hands On Design as well. I always want to call it by the writing that's on it, and it's not. But I got a little bit of progress on this one. This one is stitched on 36 count linen that I dyed myself. There is a tutorial. Oh, my other whip got attached to it. There, I did make a tutorial. So if you're wanting to know how I made this fabric, it is in my YouTube channel. This is where I'm at. I've added in the clothesline and the clothespins, and I've started on one of the longer side flags. So that's where I'm at. And my cute needle minder. I think this one's from Gina's Unique Boutique on Etsy. And I will definitely be pulling this out on September 11th, if not sooner, but for sure at least on September 11th. Then my car project. So they've changed the school schedule, and my elementary school daughter gets out quite a bit later than the rest of my kids, and the whole school now gets out. The whole elementary school gets out at the same time, where they used to have kind of a staggered start time. And so some of the kids got out earlier than the others, and then they would use the time, extra time of the kids being there on their own, like in smaller groups for extra help in reading or math or what have you. Well, because of that, I now have to go to pick her up early. Like, I have to wait in carpool pickup line a lot longer. It's at least a half an hour, and that won't change even when I start my job on Thursday, because I actually get off before she gets out of school. So I will be sitting and waiting for probably about half hour, 45 minutes So I'll probably just keep a car project and work on that. But this is Gingerbread House, again by MP Studio. It's a kit and you can get it at mybobbin.com, which I will link below. But this is what it looks like. It's a back and front that then gets whip stitched together. And I am currently working on this one that's more in the back. Okay. And this is where I'm at. Majority of my progress on this has come since school started. I had a miscounting over here somewhere and I ripped out like all of the brown, all the darker brown down here and all the way up into here, and redid it. I think all the way up along into here actually. Restitched all of it. I actually restitched all of this to come back down to here to find out I was still off. Come to find out it was actually in this section. So there was a lot of ripping out with this piece. I was very frustrated. So once I figured it out, fixed it, I put it aside for a long time. And then decided it would make a great car project for pickup line. And so I have since added all the brown over here, the light and the dark brown, added all the light brown into here, and pretty much just worked this whole bottom half. So that one is pretty much done. This needle minder is also from My Bobbin, so feel free to check that one out. Their needle minders are awesome. They're great, so check those out as well. So that's the end of the actual stitching, but I have lots of haul. So my oldest, being a senior, she wanted to stop at a couple of colleges, and so one of them is in Logan, Utah, and it's called Utah State, and it's 45 minutes to an hour north of Ogden, which is where Shepherd's Bush is. And Shepherd's Bush is not just a designer, they have an actual store, and it's amazing. They have so much stuff, and they have things that are just really fun to look at, and lots of hand-dyed fabrics by Picture This Plus, by Lakeside Linens, R&R, all the things. So I had to, of course, stop at Shepherd's Bush, and I actually ended up spending more than I had planned, but that's okay. First of all, I got the linen that I started my acorn piece on, and my sunflower house by Country Cottage Needleworks. And then I also got, this is sandstone. Let's see. Put it on this so you can kind of see. Yeah, that's pretty true. That's pretty true to color. To kind of give you an idea, let me see if I can. It's kind of all just piled up over here. I may cause an avalanche. Don't mind me. That's the wrong piece. So these three, I got 3 neutral colors. So you can kind of see the difference in those. So this is this one's cream linen, this one's antique ivory, and then this one is sandstone. So all of those are either by Witchelt or Zweigart. Then I got 2 packs of the Just Another Button Company packs for the trifle pieces that I have. Then I have this one's called, I think, You Can Build a Snowman, I think. This is, it's kind of hard to see here. It has a button that comes with it. And it is one by Shepherd's Bush that they designed, and a friend of theirs made the button. And this one's called Scare You. There. And it comes with the cute little witch hat button. And you're supposed to stitch it on a larger count and use 3 flosses, like 3 pieces of floss to stitch it. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do that. I think I have to do it on the witch one, but on the sheep one, I might not. I might just do it on like and make a tiny little pillow, but they're super cute. I got a couple of, or 3 different flosses. We have Pine, Onyx, and Cayenne. And then I did get a few more buttons. It's a snowman, a daisy, and some triangles and things for a couple of random pieces that I need buttons for. Then I fell in love with the photo booth series by Bent Creek because of who stitched them. Erin from Steel City Stitchers, she stitched them, and then Sunshine Stitchers, Sheila also stitched them. And I fell in love with Frank. I think it's so cute. And these are really difficult to find. They're not easy. And Shepherd's Bush had several of the different kinds. But this is Frankenboo, and I love him. I love Frankenstein, so got that one. And then I also got Flags and Friends, the photo booth series by Bent Creek, and it's a patriotic one. And it comes with the fabric and a button, and again fabric and some buttons. So those were exciting to get. And then I got the Thanksgiving trifles, which I'll probably stitch them all on like a pretty neutral color, maybe more like that one. But I really liked that one and have liked it for a while. It's been on my wish list for a while, so thought I would pick those up. I'm going to put them back in their bag so that I don't lose those little buttons. Then we went to Southern Utah, and in a small town called Cedar City, there's another college that my daughter was looking at, and they have a big Shakespeare festival every year, and they do a lot of plays and some musicals. Most of the plays are Shakespeare themed, or Shakespeare's plays, but they also have some others, and we went to see Pirates of Penzance, but we had time from the time that we had to check out before it actually started, checked out of our hotel before it started. So we went to Joann's Fabrics. Luckily they had one there, and I got some cute fall fabric for finishing. There's that one. there's this one. And then my daughter fell in love with this cute avocado fabric. And it just makes me laugh because look at the reindeer avocado and the one tied up in lights and a Santa avocado. I don't know. I think they're super cute. So she decided she wanted a project bag made out of that because she's my daughter that cross stitches. And so I got this red polka dot fabric to match one of the scarves of that particular avocado. So I got enough to do one for both of us. And then I fell in love with the Snowman fabric. I think it's so pretty. And it was a remnant, so I ended up getting a whole yard. So I decided to make an envelope bag. I haven't tried one of those before, so I'm going to try it. And I got this plaid to kind of match his scarf. So I'm excited about those. Project fun stuff. My husband's like, don't you have enough bags? I'm like, no, of course not. Uh-oh, I lost one of my needle minders down the couch. Kind of like Mama Loves You PG. I think that's what it is. Anyway, Michelle, she loses her scissors. I lose my needle minders, but I was able to rescue it. Okay, so I made some needle minders from some buttons that we found at Walmart while we were, again, still wasting time. And so this one, let me kind of straighten them because pulling them, they're so cute. I love them. Ursula is my favorite. And then Cruella and Maleficent. And there's the back. I just snipped off the little hook for the button and glued with E6000 a needle or a magnet to the back. And this is what the package looks like. It's a dress it up button pack that you can find in Walmart. But that's my cute new needle minders. Anyway, I can't wait to use Ursula. I've been waiting. And then I got Fairy's Welcome dress it up buttons. That's what those look like. I must have lost a magnet. My dragon lost his magnet. So maybe I'll just show him separately. I'll show him kind of on the back. He's not cooperating. Here is a super cute dragon. He's my favorite. There he goes. He's my favorite. I need to find where that magnet went. But then it has a fairy, a unicorn, the mushroom, and 2 flowers. And the mushroom is my second favorite. He's so cute. I love him. Anyway, so I found those. So I made needle minders, and then I found a couple fat quarters that I liked, a couple Halloween, a couple poinsettias, and then this one, it has like pumpkins and sunflowers and some leaves. So those are really fun. These two I got last year and loved them, so I got them again. And then I got just like a blue, and then these are a yard cut, prepackaged cut from Walmart, and I thought those are really nice for backs of like pillows and finishing and things. So that's those. so that's the end of my haul. So my plans are to finish up some of those fall pieces. I'm close on a couple of them that I want to finish them, maybe make those into pillows. I finish up the gift piece, and then maybe move on to some Halloween. Probably by the end of September I will be ready for some Halloween stuff. So I might toying with the idea of starting my Touching the Autumn Sky piece. She would be on a scroll frame, and I'm not super loving my scroll frame setup, not the frame itself, but with the Lowry stand. So I may wait until I get my new stand that I'm going to buy. Maybe. I haven't decided. But there's that. I am also going to do a giveaway when I get to 500 subscribers. That's 24 people as of this morning. So if I can get 24 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway next episode, or episode. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe below. Tell your friends if you enjoy it, and I will for sure have some finishes for next time. So until then, I will see you next time, and check the box below for links to all of the pieces. Follow me on Instagram at stitchingjennie, that's with an IE, and I will see you next time. Bye.